We're looking now at three mid-19th century children's books, all in the publisher's original decorated cloth bindings. This first book here, all three of these in this lot relate to the United States, and they all display a profusion of these small little woodcuts, which in appearance are close to folk art. They're kind of primitive looking. It's a typical style in America in the 1840s and early 50s. This first book is interesting for several reasons. It's got a beautiful gilt-stamped cover, but there are, if you look at the title, it's Illustrious Men. And what's funny is the first person in here is a woman, Pocahontas. And if you read this little story about her, it appears to be told in the context of a man. The reason she's here is she helped save John Smith. So that's pretty interesting. And on page 81, I've made a notation, is Daniel Boone. There's Daniel Boone right there. No E at the end, as typical. And then there's also, interesting, a mention of Texas on page 96, right here, Republic of Texas. So from a historical perspective, that's quite interesting. There's also three woodcuts of Native Americans in there. This little small miniature book here is Scenes in America about 1848, an early 1851 inscription here. There's 40 woodcuts in this one. On page 17, we notice here. One of the things that's interesting in this little one is there's a Native American there, is quite a number of woodcuts that relate to the sea and nautical and ships and frozen water and ice and so on. And again, these are of a primitive nature, almost folk art in appearance, strong nautical theme throughout, as well as the seasons. Interesting library. There's an urban scene with a horse-drawn carriage. So there's 40 wood engravings in this one. There's over 100, I do believe, in the three books here. And here's another book in this lot, which is Famous Men of America, 1847. We see the same sort of binding, so we can say quite with some confidence that these are both approximately late 1840s. And this particular little volume right here has a charming little 1848 inscription at the front. And on page 136, oh, look at this. There's John Jacob Astor meeting Native Americans there. We see there is a mention of Texas. And 136 is right here. Oops, we'll get to it. There we are under Polk. Here we are. Texas was but a short time ago a province of Mexico. And here we are. Texas applied for admission among the states. So this is right after Texas was admitted as a state. There's again Daniel Boone, this time with an E. Primitive little style woodcut. And so this lot of three boys' books, illustrated with woodcuts, is now available online from me, Brian DeMambro.